Hello, friends, and welcome to another Star Wars Galaxies episode where we visit another server and see what's going on. Today, we are visiting the Rising, and we found a Bespin house. So it's got this terminal in here where you can buff characters, move buffs, clear your dots, change your skills. You can learn languages. There, now we know all the languages. And unlearn all skills and learn Master Politician. So anyway, this was supposed to be for crafting, so I thought we would look around in here while we talk about it. Yep, look at all the house and stuff. Crafting terminals. Pretty cool. Now we'll head back down. So, it is kind of noisy in here, so we'll get away from this. So this town is called Ascendancy, I think. I think it was called. Let me check. Ascendance. And it seems to be a nice little town. Lots of trainers, pretty much all of them that you'd need. There was a vendor over here that had pretty good selection of all the stuff you would want, and the prices seemed pretty well in line with what I thought they would be or should be for a server. I didn't see anything that struck me as being terribly, horribly overpriced. So prices, pretty decent. Cantina needs to be decorated, but they have one. So Ascendance is based on the Project Phoenix core, so it's very similar to the last server I looked at, but it's forked off from that a bit, and now we're going to go to a town called Beast, because I see a lot of people who are members of that guild. So it's probably pretty popular. And the shuttles are always on the ground, which was part of the last one we saw. However, this one had a much more professional presenting on the forums. This one had more clear. There's the guild hall. I'm getting a little slowdown from terrain. Mission terminal, vehicle, repair. Oh, mini mall. Let's go to the mini mall and I can show you some of the prices maybe. But this one has the shuttle's always in the ground, so that's good. It has Jedi unlock, so that's good. All right, so this is their little mini mall, and we can get power-ups, hasn't paid maintenance, armor, composite for 45k, and that's 80k kinetic, or 80 kinetic, 57 electric, 46 base, mini suit. That's a reasonable price. This server has different set of armor component drop availability, so you can get a high kinetic on just about anything. So okay, 35k for a VK, and that's pretty good. So that is pretty good indeed. And you get a very long duration of time on your sales on your vendor. So if you want to start a vendor character, I would do it here, because then you don't have to refresh your vendor as often. But good attack speed, high damage, it does heat damage, and this is a Black Sun Razor Knuckler. So it's a little bit different, but Still, the price is not bad. It's pretty high for a DE10, so it must do a heck of a lot of damage. Yeah, it does a lot of damage. Okay. So this server has a lot of component drops for weapons and armor, which, realistically, if you want to be a crafter, this type of server would probably be where you would want to be, because it gives you more options and more variety in what you make. The server is updated frequently. I noticed it was just recently updated about 4 days ago. Lots of things are looked at. There were some posts in the forum about how one of the admins on this used to be toxic, and apparently with a number of people out there, he is not the most popular person. But it seems they've distanced themselves from that a bit, so I don't think you have to worry about that so much. This server's mantra seems to be that you earn what you get. We can't enter the cantina, so obviously this city is closed off a little bit. Or the cantina hasn't paid maintenance, one of the two. I'm not sure which. It's hard to tell until you can get inside, and we can't get inside, of course. So the last time I looked, I think this server was running like 5 times experience for combat and some other bonuses, but that seems to change because when it launched, I believe in September, it had 10 times or higher, and it seems to have reduced those. So it seems more standard in line with what you would see on Basilisk. So basically you're getting Basilisk stability and speeds, because my ping rate is pretty low for a Star Wars Galaxies server. Especially considering some of the other things I have open right now, running in the background. With NGE housing and some additions. I can't bring those additions up because I could not get it to recognize the window, because I'm probably not running it in a window right now, unfortunately. I had to reinstall my client again to take this one. But if I close it, it'll minimize the screen, and that won't be pretty. Anyway, looked at some of the cities. We looked at some of the stuff. We're doing okay for... There's their island. Girlfriend, Corvus, Tyrina, Freddy Island. There doesn't seem to be a lot of cities around here. But there are a few. I started on Tatooine at Mos Eisley like we usually do. And then I found that the majority of the things that were for sale were here on Corellia at Coronet. So I flew to Coronet because I figured it would be more populated. And it seems to be. So it seems to be a rather nice server. It's quick. It's efficient. It does start you out with a little more money than usual. We did start out with 10,000 in the bank and 1,000 on our person, I think. Or maybe that's reversed. Yep, that's right. 10,000 in the bank. 1,000 cash. Instead of just 1,000. So that's not too terribly bad. You can also fly to any starport or shuttle port from anywhere, I believe. I have not had a chance to check out Tanab. Can we go there? Let's fly there. I wonder if we can get there. Guess not. Let us go to Theed. Did we get a ticket? Okay, so we have to fly back to, even though it shows everything, we actually have to leave from my starport. So let's do that. But I did travel from the starport to a shuttle port. So that was nice. So we'll go do that. We'll go to Theed. And we'll travel to one of the shuttle ports. Well, Theed really doesn't matter because Theed tosses you in the street when you get there. Say, player. There do seem to be a lot of active moving players in this game, which is useful. Especially if you did want to be a vendor. I have not seen many entertainers in the cantinas. So if you have interest in being an entertainer, that may be of interest to you. You could definitely start where the players are newer and help them out. But in general, shuttles stay there, starport stays there, you can leave anytime. I think that's kind of critical on any Jedi server, so you can get out of town if you have to without having to sit on the ground and wait around for a shuttle to pop up for you. Oh, here we go. Beast, that's where we were. There's one of those wound terminals, just like a mini buff terminal. But the server has good view distance. The NPCs are not popping in. Let's go do a little combat. Before we get ready, let's make sure we can while we're on our way out there. I think that's pretty much all we're going to need. And we are a novice brawler, of course. And look, Nuna. Thinking chicken. Okay, so that one got us to unarmed 1. So we got 1,460 experience points for that. So the experience is pretty raised. And that's good. I mean, that'll help you get where you need to go quickly. This server makes no claims of having everything drop something. I didn't see anything that was on there that was promised that was ridiculous that they aren't upholding. It does seem to have bosses. So you can actually kill Grievous and other things, and they actually drop their sabers. There's a number of very interesting things with that I saw. Basically, Star Wars Galaxies, a little bit faster mode, a little more visually entertaining. Looks like the heal rate is pretty standard for running. If we sat down, we would probably heal up almost immediately. Yep, and there it goes. Regen when sitting is much faster as normal, so that's not a problem. I don't see many players in Theed, so they're probably all in player cities, which is cool. Like I said, the NPCs are not popping in like they do on some of the servers that are having performance issues. Everything is right where I'd expect it to be. They have a number of guides to help you along on the server. The installation was pretty much a breeze. You download the installer, you install it, and you're done. However, I will mention, and this is consideration for some of, especially some of my European friends and people who don't have unlimited internet, the launcher itself that you download is about just shy of 2 gig. So those people who are on metered or limited internet probably want to be aware that you're going, if you click on the button and don't catch it, it starts at 2 gig download. So I don't know how that factors into your data plan, but for some people that is a concern. So I did want to make people aware of that. Everything else looks pretty standard here. Again, our ping time has not changed from 70. And 70, considering what I've got going on in the background, not terrible. I don't think it's going to get over 70 or get under 70 because I am actually uploading a video and downloading some other stuff right now. Templates for videos and things like that. So to have that stay solid is saying quite a bit. No packet loss. No stuttering. I think this was the server I saw that actually schedules recycles once a week. So the performance stays pretty high. And they don't get deadlocked like some of the other servers do. Okay, we got no ship components, so there's probably no JTL. No deeds in the entire galaxy, but no ship components in the entire galaxy either, so there's not a whole lot on the galaxy bazaar terminals, but there are some essentials that you would usually use. Those are on there. I think the harvester extraction rates have been altered on this server too, so you can actually get more stuff from them. I also think I read that they do update to galaxyharvesters.net or whatever it is. I haven't been on there in a while because I haven't cared on a daily basis, so they copy over the resource spawns so you know what's out there, so you don't have to run around and manually check. So that's awesome. Gotta say, I have no complaints about this server whatsoever. None. Would like to see some of the NPC cities, the starter cities, a little busier. But that's just personal preference, and not knowing anybody on this server, it would be nice to do that. Guilds that are looking for people could probably clean house, stand by the shuttle ports. Put one person by each of the starter cities shuttle ports, and primary starter cities. You probably catch a lot of people and get them in your guild early, get them in your city, get them going. I don't know how city growth works on this, but if city growth is a thing, then you could probably rake in new residents pretty fast. We got a rebel banner and an imperial banner right next to each other. That's something you're not going to see every day. I almost want to get a screenshot of that. All right, so I've never understood this, the music stuff out here, except for the entertainer trainer being there, because you can't. You can use it. I did not think you could use that. I didn't think it was open to use. Well, that's cool. Can I use it? No, I don't have the skill. It's nice to demo what you got, though, but there's no reason to perform out there. You can't buff people, I don't think, and you cannot heal battle fatigue, so not much point to it. Are any player cities on Naboo? Outsider, Citadel, Fight Club. Okay. I think we've pretty much seen all we're going to see. We're not high enough to see the end game content, the bosses and such, but that is there, which a lot of the servers are missing. So you end up with the same complaint on those servers as you do on a lot of the Star Wars Galaxies servers. You reach a point and there's no end game to do, so you have to make your own end game, and honestly, you can only kill so many crates before it gets a little dull. So this one seems to offer more end game, and it offers a way to get to the end game faster, because if I'm getting 1,500 for a basic item at Novice, I could just skyrocket through this tree and decide whatever I want to be and get done with it pretty darn fast. Jedi is enabled. I actually saw a Master Sith and a Master Jedi at 2 separate occasions wandering around before I started. So those are there. It does not look like JTL is implemented yet, but with the amount of development that these guys do, I believe if somebody's going to do it, these guys might be doing it earlier than most people. I can't speak for the developers of it currently, but in reading their responses in their forum posts, they do seem very reasonable, very fair. There are a lot of rules that I noticed where admins are present, but they are policed. So they don't have any abuses of power going on. So I like that. I was quick to create a character. I went ahead and skipped the character tutorial because I think we're pretty familiar with this game by now. So no need to do tutorials. But yeah, this is a pretty solid Star Wars Galaxy server. Definitely worth your time to check out. I would definitely stop by, and if you're looking for something easy to install with a decent community that you could pretty well rocket through levels in, get to the end game and see some of the end game content these guys have put in, yeah, I would come here. And on top of that, the regular updates and events that they have, definitely worth checking out. So all around, really good server. I give this one a pretty high rating, probably a 9 out of 10. I've had no problems. No rubber banding. Everything was perfect. Very happy to be here. And if the devs of this server happen to, or anyone on the staff happens to watch this video, looks like you guys are doing a great job. So keep it up. And I am out for now. Come back soon with another Star Wars Galaxies visit. We'll check out some other place for you guys to go hang out. But definitely gets my vote of approval on this one. So that's it for now. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.